places exist on this planet in raw form, unaltered by the hand of man and unyielding to modern design. Ancient places where great beasts dream while the stars provide the only visible light. Inhabitants of land and water struggle to survive each day, seemingly unaware that they coexist in paradise. Life and death sing a contrasting duet, with death's chorus always performing the final act. The landscape remains as it was before man, and even now, man has no settlement here. Man is a temporary visitor here, and during his stay, must conform to its will. Man has one purpose here, to hunt. But beware, this place shows man no favor, and those who come here may themselves become the hunted. This land is called Nyakasanga. Indulge me while I recount a hunter's tale. But as with any story, let's start at the beginning. Well, that wraps up another convention. It was big this year. There was a lot of people here in Tennessee. Everyone was gracious. The show was great, and I did end up booking another safari this year. This year I'm going to be hunting buffalo in Nyakasanga on the Zambezi River, and looks to be a good hunt. And this is what we're taking to Africa with us. Our main check bag right here. My rifle case with 2 rifles in it. Our 2 carry-ons, basically my wife's Kuyu pack and my Kafaru pack right here. And a little satchel with all the personal belongings on it I want to sit in the seat during the flights with. And that's what we're taking right there for 2 weeks. These are the 2 rifles that I'll be taking with me on this year's Africa hunt. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you'd know that this is Winnie, and you've seen her hunt with me for many years. And Winnie is a Winchester Model 70 Safari Express, chambered in .416 Remington Magnum. She was a complete factory rifle for most of her life, but earlier this year, I did a video titled Safari Rifle Makeover, where Winnie got a complete makeover. I bedded her into a Bell & Carlson stock with an aluminum bedding block. Then I carefully lapped the rings to perfection. Then I added this really nice Timney trigger to Winnie. And finally, I added this Swarovski Z6i 1:6 scope. And she shoots even better than she did before after these upgrades. For buffalo on this hunt, I'll be using the tried and true Swift A-frame. And I'll be using flat nose solids for elephant on this hunt. And both of these loads are using Varget with Norma brass. I'm also bringing a rifle for plains game and for sitting in the Hyena blind. And this is a commercial FN Mauser action in fantastic shape. And this has a really nice match grade Douglas barrel attached to it. A Dakota 3-position Model 70 style safety installed on it, a Tubbs firing pin, a Mauser Timney trigger, and everything is bedded into this really nice brown precision stock. And of course, this rifle is chambered in 35 Wayland Ackley improved. And on this particular hunt, I'll be shooting the 203 grain Stonehammer at just over 2,800 feet per second. Well, we had a little bit of drama. We had a little bit of an electrical issue with maybe some fried or burning wires, and we had to turn around and make an emergency landing, and we landed at the Mashonaland Flying Club, and the guys here are taking good care of us, feeding us with lots of ice-cold Zambesis while we wait on another plane to come and get us, but everything's good. And now we enjoy part of the journey by boat. All of our luggage, we're taking along a professional hunter with us. That might be necessary.
Samosas for starter tonight, and for main course we have roasted chicken, some sweet potatoes, roasted butternut, and some broccoli.
Dessert, mava pudding with custard.
Thank you. Enjoy your dinner.
filters for starter.
And for main course, we have red roast beef fillet, mashed potatoes, green beans, and some carrots.
Dessert, apple and berries blue. Apple and berries, sorry. Apple and berries flour. For dessert.
Thanks.
Thank you, man. I just ate a mouthful of mapani flies, and they tasted great. So we got out really early this morning, and first thing, tracker noticed a couple of dagga boys had crossed within the last couple hours in the road, and we decided to put a track on them, and just a wonderful track that took all morning through the thickest stuff you'll ever hunt in. And we lost them a couple of times, regained the track again, and finally caught up to them and got within about 50 yards of them. And we were able to determine that they just weren't the bulls we were looking for, especially on day 2. So the quest continues.
For main course, we have minced carbonara with a green salad.
Dessert, fruit salad with cream.
Thank you. Enjoy your dinner.
Sounds great. Thank you, guys. Rebecca winning the Zimbabwe weightlifting champion. Lifting an elephant skull. I heard in this part of Africa, there's a lot of bush becas. I've never seen one in life, but I have one on quota to hunt. and I really want to get me a bushbecka. You find them near these water holes usually. Oh wait, oh shit, there's a bushbecka. So this morning early, right when the sun came up, we found a set of dagga tracks crossing the road, and we took follow, and we pursued that for about an hour, and then determined that it wasn't the right bull. It was too young for us. So we hiked back out, got in the truck, and we're driving 2 hours across Nyakasanga. We're going to try the other end out and see if we can get a buffalo track there.
Main course, impala steaks and chips.
Dessert, lemon meringue pie.
Nice.
Thank you.
Dinner.
We have Becca here, warming up by the fire. Nice brisk morning. Well, we found a good track crossing the road just at sunrise this morning, and it looked to be a really good single dagga boy. So we decided to follow, and we went in about 3 hours. There's actually a little bit of hilly, rocky terrain here, and we stayed on it, and we almost caught it one time, and a kudu ran out between us and it at about 40 yards. And that down, we had to sit there and wait still and try to wait out that kudu so it didn't spook the bull. But it ended up doing that, and we stayed on the bull anyway, and we actually caught up to it again about a half hour, 45 minutes later. And the wind changed direction on us. He got our scent, and he ran for the hills. So that's it for this morning's stock. We got right up within 25 yards of those 3 buffalo, and the wind changed on us, and they caught scent of us, and they just went crazy and stampeded out of here. So we're going to settle down and take a rest and let them settle down. And we got a good look at a couple of them, and we think these dagga boys are worth pursuing. Well, that's the end of day 5. You have to excuse me. I'm dirty. My nose is running. I'm partially dehydrated right now, but today was a tough day. I reported back earlier about that 3-hour morning hunt. Well, about a half hour after that, we found some more tracks crossing the road. It was 3 dagga boys, and we decided to follow those tracks because tracks were very few and far between the day before. They were a little bit old, but we got on them, and luckily, we hit a couple of spots where the buffalo were bedded down. So we knew as long as they were bedding down, we had a chance of catching up to them. And we did. And the first time we caught up to them, those 3 bulls, we were making an approach to take a better look at them. The wind swirled. We were busted. We relaxed for a few minutes, went after them again. About another 2 hours of stalking. Climbed up this steep embankment, and just as we got to the top, we heard them run away. They were at the top of the embankment, and the sound of all the crushed leaves scared them away, because right now, when you're in that thick gess or in the dormant mapani forest, there's about 4-inch thick layer of dried leaves and twigs down there, so it's impossible to be totally quiet. But we caught up to them again about 5 hours into that stalk, and Keith and I just put a good stalk on them, and we got to put glass on these bulls, and one was outstanding. We decided to go after that, but it was in jet so thick that, I mean, you could I don't know if we even got into position if I could have taken a shot on that bull, but the wind swirled again. They were gone. And that's been the story of the last few days, is this damn swirling wind. It'll be dead hot, humid, and then a gust of wind will pop up, go through the gess and just start swirling in there, and you're busted. We hiked back to the truck, and we're there right now, and basically 9 hours of stalking today, 9 hours on foot today in hot weather and some tough shit. I mean, the gess was thick, and most of those hours we put in walking was, doing the chicken walk underneath through little tunnels in the gess. So it was a tough day, and I'm ready for a nice cold Zambezi back at camp. Looks like another late arrival back in camp again.
Mini pizza for starter. And for main course, we have pork roast, roasted potatoes, roasted butternut, and some broccoli.
Dessert, chocolate mousse.
Thank you. Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you. Well, it's day 6, I believe. Maybe. I don't know. Lost track of time, but I think it's day 6. And we decided to change things up a little bit because the buffalo just aren't moving around very well and aren't cooperating with us. So we decided to go get that, try for that tuskless elephant, put a concerted effort out to get a tuskless. And the plan this morning was to hike back, drive about an hour or so from camp, and then hike way back to a remote pan that's almost always full with water, and it's got really clean water. And the last time Keith was there, wave after wave of elephants was visiting that pan. So we decided to go there and maybe look over some elephants and maybe get my tuskless. And we hiked way back there and sat at that pan for a long time, and nothing came in except a few impala. Walked around the pan, there wasn't really any signs of recent activity either. So we fought our way back through the Jess and back to the truck, and that's how we spent our morning. So my wife smuggled in tortillas in her purse through TSA and customs to bring to Zimbabwe, and now we're about to make bush tacos.
Oh, there you go.
Made a little bush grill here.
Back in action.
That's all good. I like this.
Hey,
And those are tortillas. And we have some pork for bush tacos. And what really sets off the bush tacos is this stuff. Yummy, yummy. Good stuff. And this, my friends, is a bush taco. Just to let you know, bush tacos were a complete hit with everybody.
Mushroom or mobile toast for starter, and for main course, a beef stew, rice, salsa, and some fried cabbage.
Done? Yes.
Well done, sir.
Yes.
Beautiful bull, eh?
Look at that. Look at that guy. Beautiful. So we've been hunting for a week now, and we've strictly been going after the dagga boys and the thick stuff. And you know, it's been a week, and for one reason or another, we've been striking out. We decided to just give it our all this morning, and Beck and I were up at 4:30 a.m. We were on tracks at 6 a.m. We hit this group of 3 bulls by about 8 o'clock, and then kept on going for about another hour past that. I mean, we got up right on top of them and made a perfect 20-yard shot on it. Bucked really hard when the 416 hit it. Stumbled about 10 feet, went down. We put a couple finishers in it for good measure. And this is just a great bull. And I want to really thank Keith and his entire crew. Garid, Matsika, Forward, and our game scout Olivia. It was just and most of all, my PH Keith. It's been a great hunt, and we still got a few more days to go. Good boy. They have to cover it with vegetation to keep the buzzards off of it while we leave the vicinity, find the truck, and try to find a way miles back in here to recover this bull. And now begins the tedious task of clearing a road back to my buffalo so we can recover it. And this is going to take a while. This is a part of the safari that most people don't see when they watch hunting videos, and is why you should definitely leave these guys a tip. After spending a week chasing buffalo in the Jess and getting a climactic ending, I took time to reflect and self-analyze the hunt. I always focus on my role as the client on these hunts. What is my role, and what could I have done better? The trackers find the tracks. The PH judges the tracks, and the trackers follow the tracks. The PH sets up the final shooting position and directs you to shoot a particular buffalo. They do all the work, and all I have to do is keep up with them and stay quiet. I have one job for the entire hunt, to put my first shot in the correct spot. That's it. A good first shot is my only job as the hunting client. But don't underestimate this job, because it is the most important job. Success, failure, and safety hang in the balance. Fortunately, I did my job and didn't let the team down today. After a week of chasing buff in thick bush, everyone seemed relieved. Wild, free-range bulls traveling alone or in small groups do not go easily, and I wouldn't have it any other way. We just dropped off the buffalo at the skinning shed, and we're going to take a shortcut back to camp. Well, we really haven't seen this camp at all during daylight hours in the last week, because we've been leaving camp before the sun went up and coming back well after the sun went down. But now that the buffalo's out of the way, and we get to spend some daylight hours in this camp, let me show you around. And let's walk over to our tent. And this is our tent right here underneath this big tree. And look at the view. A couple of beds. And here's my rifle rack right here. Let me take you to the bathroom area. And the bathroom area is completely open. It does have flush toilets. And this is the shower. They boil some hot water at night. And guy comes over here with a bucket and he fills that up. And you wait for it to cool to your preferred temperature. And you take a shower right here. And of course, here's the sink. Do not brush your teeth with the water or drink the water. Comes right out of the Zambezi. But, and of course, gotta love that view. And this is the area where we sit around the fire at night and in the mornings with this fantastic view of the Zambezi River. And this is the dining area at Nyakasanga camp. It's where we eat all of our meals. It's the serving station right here. You can see it usually fully stocked with a lot of the good stuff. This is the Nyakasanga kitchen staff right here. Yeah. My wife's trying to join them. Thank you, guys. And this is the kitchen here at Nyakasanga camp. You see the stove and the oven right there. The prep area. Boiling some water. Probably for showers. And it's where all the supplies are stored. So the interesting thing about this camp is that it's just a temporary fly camp. Basically, at the end of every hunting season, around the end of October, this whole camp gets broken down and hauled out, leaving no trace of human habitation. Then, when hunting season resumes, about sometime in April, everything is hauled back in and set up again for another season.
Soup for starter. And for main course, have roast impala leg,
Oh,
roast
wow.
potatoes, and some vegetables.
Delicious.
Pea tart with custard.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you. Enjoy your dinner. Thank you.
Tatenda. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Finally, got my dog. Well, after years and years of horrible luck hunting hyena, I finally got one this morning. And no, we didn't have to set up a blind or engage in some type of ingenious strategy. It was just running around in the bush, and we spotted it, and Keith put a good stock on it, put us in a good position, and made a shot on it, and finally got my hyena. And it's a good old, nasty looking, beautiful dog, and I can't wait to have this adorn my living room at home. Well, after I shot my Zambezi Valley pit bull We took it to the skinning shed, and while they were up there skinning it for me, they actually found out that that old guy just had wounds all over him. It actually looked like he'd been attacked recently. He had bites all over his neck and back, and it looked like he was probably kicked out of the cackle, and that's why he was on his own. That would explain a lot. But I'm glad to finally get a hyena. I've been trying for a long time, and it finally happened. It wasn't some deliberately orchestrated affair either. It was just luck. It just happened to come across us. So we went back to camp, and Beck and I are actually getting the first nap of this entire trip. Hey, do the crocodile dance. Ooh, waka naka. I don't think they like that sound, Becca. Well, we found this old guy dead, and we don't know what it died from. There's no visible marks of predation on it, so our PH Keith said possibly a snake bite. What a beautiful animal.
Tuna mousse with avocado for starter. And for our main course, we have buffalo schnitzel, mashed potatoes, carrots, and veggies.
Ooh, buffalo schnitzel.
He's yet, but not fry.
Thank you. Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you. So I haven't checked in a while, so going to give you an update. And we've been plugging away every day looking for tuskless elephant. We've come across many elephant. I mean, we've definitely seen over 100 elephant here, but we're looking for that right tuskless, and we have seen several tuskless, just not the correct one to shoot. This afternoon we were picking up tracks and going back in the Mapani and seeing what developed, and we came across a group of cows that actually had 2 tuskless in it, and we paralleled them for a while, got the wind right, and determined that the 2 tuskless in there did have dependent calves, so they were non-shooters. So we were just about to just back out. You know, at first we had to just stand still, let the cows pass, and then work our way back out of the Mapani. But the cows stopped, and the lead cow, the matriarch, turned around gave us that look and started walking over towards us. And she found a clearing in the Mopani between us and her, and came within about 30 feet of us and put her ears out and started shaking her head back and forth like that. And Keith and I were grasping our rifles, probably thinking the same thing. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Luckily, she settled down, put her ears back down, turned around, joined the herd, and led them away. And we were able to sneak back out of the Mopani. But just to give you an update, we're just plugging away at the Tuskless every day.
Pancakes for starter. And for our main course, I have roast beef, sweet potatoes, some butternut, and green veggies.
Dessert, truffle pudding.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So in the lull between elephant hunting sessions, we came across this nice male grazebok here. And I was able, since I was already carrying my 416 with solids in it, it seemed appropriate to take this with 416 solids. And absolutely beautiful trophy. This is definitely a full mount right here. My PH, Keith, and myself kind of sorted out what was going to happen on my elephant hunt well in advance. For a frontal or a side brain shot on the elephant, we agreed that if the elephant didn't instantly go trunk up, ass down on that first crucial shot, that Keith was free to sling 500s at it. In the event that we end up taking a heart-lung shot, we agreed that Keith would shoot directly after I fired first. You know, getting that elephant down fast is always the goal. And, you know, it's best to put your ego aside and think about getting that elephant down immediately. The elephant's head in this particular hunt was blocked by the Mopani tree that it was feeding on. But I had a very clean broadside heart shot opportunity at close range, and that's what I ended up taking. You hear 3 shots in that video. The first shot was the heart shot that I took. The second immediate shot was Keith's backup shot on the shoulder. And the third shot that you heard was my personal follow-up shot where I aimed for the hip after the elephant turned. The elephant stumbled approximately 10 yards after it was shot and hit the ground dead. We planned to go around the side of the elephant and put one more insurance shot into that elephant, but our plans were thwarted when the matriarch cow decided to get rowdy and come at us. We ran to a nearby clearing and we decided to stand our ground there, but luckily the angry cows didn't want to leave the thick cover of the bush, so the crisis was averted. In slow motion, you see a dust cloud from my first shot hitting the heart area. Then Keith immediately fires after that. Then I quickly run the bolt and you could see my brass eject across the screen. Then you hear my follow-up shot to the elephant's hip, and once again you can hear me run the bolt and the brass ejecting. I have to say that I actually hung in there pretty well in that situation. Admittedly, I practiced a great deal before that hunt, and I think that practice paid off. Well, it's the second to last day of my hunt. Tomorrow's my very last day, and I still hadn't scratched that tuskless elephant itch. So tonight we decided to track elephant through the Mopani, and we came up on a small herd of cows, and within that herd of cows was the right tuskless for us to take. Keith got us within about 10 yards, set up the sticks. She was broadside to us, but she was feeding off a Mopani tree, had her head up, and there was no side brain shot available. So Keith and I whispered to each other really quick, and we settled on taking a heart-lung shot, and I immediately took it. The bullet was perfectly placed on her. Keith took a quick backup shot just for insurance. She stumbled forward a few feet, went right on the ground, and that was it. Then after that, the melee ensued, and the matriarch elephant, a tusked elephant, got very angry and came after us, and of course we had to run away. We've been waiting for a while now for the other elephants to leave the carcass so we can move in. But unfortunately, they're milling around and we're losing light right now. And Keith and I talked it over, and we both agree that going in right now is a bad idea. It puts our hunting party in danger because those are some very upset cows right now. And also, maybe even more importantly, we don't want to go in there and end up having to do a needless self-defense shooting. So we fulfilled our goals. The great team, great tracking, great job of Keith getting me right in there close, undetected for the shot. And of course, I was the finishing act and put the bullet in the right place. So it's been a great hunt. We're going to return early in the morning and do the recovery on this elephant. After I shot my elephant, we drove away into the darkness. It was a sobering drive where I had to grapple with the reality of the situation. Taking the life of a cow elephant is an undertaking that I struggle with internally. Sure, a tuskless cow in a herd is arguably the most dangerous animal a hunter can ever face. So much so that many veteran PHs stop doing it for their own self-preservation. Tuskless hunting is a very exciting hunt, so it's the type of hunt that many experienced hunters are after. Tuskless hunting is also done in an ethical manner, making sure that no dependent calves are left to fend for themselves and that no babies are in danger of being injured by the herd. The meat feeds the local community, and the trophy fees fund anti-poaching and conservation efforts in the area. This area also has an abundance of elephant, and if not for regulated elephant hunting, Parks and Wildlife would have to cull them by the hundreds, which would be a complete waste of meat and funding. The recessive tuskless gene in elephants is also bad for the species because it kills male embryos and leaves females without a valuable survival tool, which is tusks. So, removing tuskless elephants from herds is a good thing for the species. In the big picture, hunting a tuskless cow is a very ethical hunt and is beneficial to the species, the environment, and the local people. At the same time, it's only human to feel remorse for the death of such a magnificent animal. So we went back to do the recovery on this tuskless cow that I shot yesterday, and overnight some lions and hyenas got hold of it. Luckily, there's no meat really damaged. They just ate the belly and the guts out of it. The meat's still intact, so we're going to do a long, hard breakdown of this animal to feed the local people. So I was expecting the heart-lung shot I took on this elephant. I was expecting that 400 grain solid to zip right through it, and it did. There was no bullet recovered there, but the most incredible thing was that follow-up shot I made immediately. As the elephant turned, I hit it with a hip shot offhand. That shot actually went all the way through the elephant, went through the lungs, crashed through the front of the ribs, and exited the elephant on the other side. So there's no bullets to recover from this elephant, and I'm just impressed every time at how well 416 penetrates. Just amazing. That's an exit hole right there. I actually shot it with that flat nose solid in the back hip, and it penetrated all the way through the body and exited out the front of the middle of the body. Crazy penetration. That's why I like the 416s. They're just penetrating machines.
You can see.
You can see my shot went straight through the heart. And that's probably the entrance right there and the exit. Perfect heart shot. And that is going to feed a lot of people. One of my favorite things about this camp in Nyakasanga is it's like staying and hunting in a national park with all the wildlife here. Just in this camp where we're staying, every night we're visited by new animals. We've had 3 or 4 nights where elephants have come through camp. We hear lions every night, but one night we actually had lions in the bushes directly behind our tent. We've woken up several mornings and come outside, and there's hyena tracks all around our tent it's just fantastic. We've even heard, when we first got here, we heard noises in the night out there. So I actually brought my thermal camera with me, and I came out there, and it looked like there was a bunch of water buck hanging out right behind our tent. So you will have wildlife experiences. And right in front of our room right here, probably hear them right now, the river's just loaded with hippos. You'll hear them all day, all night. And, you know, you look out here, you'll even see crocodiles. It's just an amazing wildlife experience here. One of the things I also like is hunting here is the diversity of habitat. It has everything from riparian habitats to dry riverbed habitats to really mature mopane forests to immature mopane forest to straight up jungle to huge grassland, open grasslands. And of course, you have some of the nastiest, thickest thorn-ridden jess on earth here too. So it just, your hunting experience is like you're in a different area every day. We're going to have an island barbecue for dinner tonight. On an island in the middle of the Zambezi River.
But Jack Daniels and famous chicken.
It's the tiniest.
The tiniest of the tiny.
What you making, Becca?
Coffee?
Coffee.
Iced coffee.
So tonight, something insane happened. Why everybody was sitting around the campfire enjoying the evening, having drinks and enjoying each other's conversation. A big bull elephant slid out of the darkness and walked right up to the campfire within feet of everybody. And my wife got very scared.
And now there's a fucking elephant. Holy shit, man.
Hey, come on. Come on. Back off. Come on. Move. Come on. Come on.
Well, this is our last day at camp.
The ant dance. We got Keith Wall in the crew, repping Desert Dog Outdoors.
The one and only.
Thank you guys. Wonderful hunt. We had the best time.
We've enjoyed having you, Chris.
Tatenda.
It's been awesome.
Well, that closes out another Africa adventure on Desert Dog Outdoors. And I have to say, this is one for the books. What a trip. What did you enjoy the most?
Everything?
Everything.
Oh, yeah. Everything was amazing.
I actually have to agree with my wife on that. Everything was amazing. A particular interest to us is, you know, we enjoy viewing wildlife probably just as much or maybe even more than actually hunting wildlife. And I thought the photographic and viewing experience in Nyakasanga made this hunting trip just that much more memorable. And stay tuned. We have some hunting trips ahead, and we'll be probably back to Africa in a couple of years for my wife's buffalo hunt. Thank you for watching. We arrived just outside Chirundu by boat, and now we're waiting for a truck to pick us up. to take us to the remote airstrip out here. So anytime we get back from Africa, or any long trip for that matter, the first place we go, in and out. Time for a double-double. Oh yeah, double doubles.